Mauri. First of all, thank you so much for giving your time for this interview. We really appreciate. So you started skydiving in 1996, if I'm not wrong, and wingsuiting around 2002. And base jumping, where did you start base jumping? Was it like at the same time as skydiving, or it came a little bit later?
No, a bit later. I started skydiving on 2001, okay, at the end of 2001. Yes.
Okay.
And this year it will be 19 years in the sport. Yes.
Okay, wow.
I'm more base jumper than skydiver.
Yes, that's what we said in the beginning, that actually your field of expertise is more like in base jumping rather than skydiving. Okay, so can you tell us then a little bit the differences between wingsuiting skydiving and wingsuiting base jumping? Some of our viewers are non-skydivers and maybe they see some wingsuiting videos, and most of them are probably like wingsuit piloting terrain or other things. So can you explain just roughly the differences?
Yes, so wingsuit, I think, change everything in base. Change also a lot of skydiving, but the radical difference was in base jump. Because imagine, before then arrived the wingsuit, okay, we had jumped for many times with the tracksuit, okay, pants and jacket. We have a good horizontal separation with the cliff and something like that. But when arrived the wingsuit on the market, everything changed, because we can jump from a cliff like Monte Brento, 1,000 meter cliff, okay, and we fly like a skydiving for 1 minute or more. So imagine the chance that we have to do with this opportunity, with the new modern wingsuit. There are a chance to do very impressive jump without plane. Okay, in skydiving we can improve the performance. Okay, with the modern wingsuit we are able to fly in dynamic, something like that, or big formation. Everything is more safe. Okay. But in base jump, you are able to see the radical change that the wingsuit makes on the sport. Okay, change everything with the wingsuit.
Yes, of course, because I think like with the evolution of wingsuits, you can now jump places where you were not be able to jump before. I guess you can only some drop where you need a wingsuit, otherwise you won't be able to fly off.
And an easy example is this. Imagine the Brento Valley. Many people know Brento Valley, so I live here, so I take reference this. In Brento Valley, when I start jumping, there was just 2 spots jumpable. Okay. Now, from the start of the valley to the end of the valley, there are more than 25 spots jumpable. Okay. At the beginning, when we start to jump with the wingsuit, beginning of 2001, it was important that you had 250 meters, okay, total vertical, and almost flat, almost steep at the end of this part for start fly with the wingsuit. Now with the modern wingsuit, in a very good condition, you are able to start in 100 meters and fly. So wow. many other spots was able to jump.
Wow, okay. So what are in the application in base jumping with wingsuit? There are different directions, I guess, like different, not disciplines, but you can use wingsuit in different ways. I think, like you say, like maybe there's people who are more focusing on distance, on glide, other on terrain. What are the different possibilities?
Yes, in base jumping, yes, mainly people start to use the wingsuit for have a good separation to the cliff. Then after that, after many jumps like that, you are boring, no? So the people wanna improve the performance and challenge with the new opportunity that the modern wingsuit give to the modern base jumper. So the step of terrain or proximity fly is a classic use that the people do with the wingsuit. Or now with a very big suit, we have a glide, very important glide. So we start to search a new spot where it's possible to do very long fly or massive fly for many minutes also, like in Dolomites or something like that. And now in the last 3 years, I have seen another evolution in the wingsuit. Okay, now the very expert skydivers start also to do base jumping, and they import the dynamic formation, the dynamic movement in base jump. I have seen some very radical stuff in Brento in the last years with Nicolas.
It's more like a team flying.
Exactly.
With some aerobatics into the flight.
Exactly.
With the terrain, like still keeping an eye on the terrain.
But it's nice to see all the shunts that you do, all the tricks that you are able to do in skydiving, okay, carve, something like that, in a base environment. So in a scenario with a mountain very close. That was the real new stuff that I see in the last few years.
I've seen it. I'm impressed to do it. It almost makes me want to start wingsuiting, I have to be honest. So, can you tell us a little bit about some of your best experiences, like spot? Like, I guess you you travel the world and you've been in 26 different countries, jumped to like so many different objects around the world. Can you tell us just a couple of what stands out for you?
So I have jumped in many countries, but I have jumped more than 500 different objects, and it's not easy to remember all, because every jump is a new experience. It's special. For sure, one of the most strange jump that I remember, when I have jumped inside of a cathedral in Brussels. Was a 70-meter cathedral, so we jumped inside and land in the middle between the church during the night. Outside was the storm, so this was a really impressive environment and scenario. Now, as I say, what I do here with the parachute on my shoulder, I'm inside the church, so that was really one of the most crazy stuff, okay? Not one of the most technical jump, but most crazy situation where I was, okay? Then it was very nice, for example, also jump to Angel Fall. Angel Fall is the highest waterfall in the world, in Venezuela. And it was nice because we spent 5 days in the jungle with a local
I want to do that.
Hiking.
One day I will.
We're hiking 10 hours a day. We cover more than 80 kilometers for arrive to the spot to do one jump. But in base jump, for example,
it's 1 week or so trail to go up there, walking?
A little bit less. In five days you arrive on the spot. But it's nice because it's not only the jump. That's the beauty part of base jump. It's not only the jump. Okay? The jump is like the final orgasm, okay? But you need to arrive to the spot, so all the adventure that you have to hike in the jungle for arrive, organize everything. So that's a very nice adventure. It was similar also when I jumped the Capitan. It's the big cliff, 900-meter cliff in Yosemite Park in US, where the people say that the sport born, because base jump born in US, and El Cap was one of the first cliff where the people start jumping. That was also like a mission because it's super illegal. So these three. And
it's also a spiritual place, you know that. Did you feel a little bit the spirituality of the rock, the energy out of it, right? There's a special, like, mountains are very. I think like there's a little bit into base jumping where it brings you sometimes when you are up there, and maybe like you feel united with the universe. I don't know, this is more my trip,
but it's true. That place is really magic. This is the three most
cool.
funny part. Then there was many.
Of course, I believe. One thing, like you also teach and practice aerials, right? So it's a little bit like not the artistic part of base, because that's not true, but it's similar a little bit to diving, if I want to make a comparison to another sport, or high cliff diving even. Can you tell us a little bit about aerials?
Yes, aerials. So when I start base jumping, okay, it was no tracksuit or wingsuit, okay. So the people start jumping and they training a lot the track. Because the target was to have a maximum separation to the cliff where you jump, for have a clear airspace for open your parachute. After that, the next step, okay, for base jumping was at that time the aerials. So if you want to do something different, the people training for aerials. But aerials is not like a wingsuit. Wingsuit, you training and you arrive to do some very nice flight with the wingsuit. Aerials, not everybody are able to arrive to do some very difficult areas, for example, because you need to have a very good feel with your body to do this rotation in no flow. There is no flow at the beginning. No, it's very close, like you say, to diving. So the high, if you see video from the high divers, okay, it's very similar. It's like we are high diver with a parachute. Okay,
right.
The high
instead of entering the water, you enter
exactly.
the air.
The final trick for the high diver is go inside the water with the proper position.
Yeah.
The base jumper for the high stuff, jump like a Brento when you jump with the slider, is to stop the rotation at the moment where you are flat and stable for going track or pitch.
Okay.
And when you jump from the low stuff, more technical.
Okay.
Sometimes, many times you jump during the pitch during the rotation. Because if, for example, I jump a 120-meter bridge and I want to do double backflip, okay, I do one flip, second flip. When I'm total vertical with the head, I need to pitch and complete the rotation during the line stretch. So the low stuff areas is the most technical part for the areas. But yes, it's a very nice discipline, and I have started just after the first year in the sport to do areas. I like also right now to training areas because it's every time a really good challenge, and you need to training a lot. And also I live in Monte Brento, that's one of the most popular spot for training everything, but especially aerials, because we have more than 400-meter vertical super overhang, so very nice.
Nice. Okay, cool. You have maybe a little bit to show us
Absolutely,
video?
absolutely.
Okay, I will do that. And okay, two more questions and then I'll let you go. One thing is, can you tell us what is the checklist you do when you are about to jump wingsuit base?
Okay, but in every jump I have my personal checklist, no? But for example, when I take my wingsuit, okay, I check all my stuff, I have my parachute and wingsuit, it's everything okay. Then I put it on my
you check the pins and the pilot. Yeah, that's normal.
Before then put the gear on, yes, I check everything. This pilot is in position, the routing of the bridle, all this stuff. No twist in the harness. And the normal check that we do also in skydiving. Then I put on my wingsuit, and I pay real attention that I close my chest strap, because some wingsuit have the chest strap outside and some inside. So it's really important to check also the and leg strap on, because you know with the wingsuit it's not impossible to forget to put the leg strap. And then I put my wings. Usually I don't close the wings, the legs wing at the beginning, especially when I jump in Brento, because we need to hike for a ride on the spot. I close my booties just before jumping, okay? And this is
so you check that both booties and arms and jumped. I mean,
pilot is in position, okay? Because it's already happened that one guy jumped without parachute. Yes, he was lucky, but he was lucky to grab the bridle to pitch. But okay, I check the parachute in position, and that's it. It's like more similar to skydiving, just we close the booties later. Okay, because usually in skydiving you close the booties if the plane is more like Pilatus inside the plane. In base jump we close the booties just before jumping, something like that. Very simple. Okay,
so how do you keep fit? Do you do other activities or?
All my activities are around the fly, no? So it's very similar to fly. So I do paragliding and speed fly. But yes, I also training because I hiking a lot in the mountains, so I'm fit on the legs. But I don't do a lot of training for the upper part of my body, you know. So I need to training with some CrossFit, something like that, or I do something in the gym, something like that.
With the Sky on Stage, we also want to promote a little bit awareness towards the environment, respect towards nature. And I believe personally that all the different people that do different sports, outdoor sports, and let it be surfing, whatever, you know, mountain bike or whatever, we need to show and be an example for other people in order to respect nature. And how do you have any messages you want to give to base jumpers regarding this topic?
Yes, for base jumper, nature is this point is a part of the ethics, because we need to don't forget that the mountain is our drop zone. So we want to take care about the drop zone, because we jump, we enjoy that place, okay? So for respect all the nature and the place where we go jumping, absolutely, it's mandatory to don't leave any trash around. So we want to keep clear and well the spot where we go. This is mandatory for every base jumper that love this sport, okay? That obviously also outside of the sport, it's important to take care about the nature and all the stuff like this. So, but in base jump, in the mountain especially, it's really important to keep everything clear, and it's a drop zone. It's our drop zone, so we want to take care about the drop zone where we jump.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mauri.
Yeah,
that was very much a pleasure to have a chat with you, and we'll update. One last thing, can you tell us where people can find you if they want to contact you? You have, we mentioned it in the presentation, you have founded a school for base jumping in the different disciplines. What's your, where can people find you, the website?
It's super easy, because on BrentoBASEchool.com they can find all my contact and everything about me. So just they send me an email, and if I can help for something, I'm here.
Okay, so basically they can visit the website BrentoBASEchool.com.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Una
mano.
Ciao.